David, how can things in a past generation affect me now?
Oh, wow.
Big question, huh?
That's a big question, isn't it? It's a monster. Okay. Um, when we it's where let's start at the very beginning. So all when we're born, what is going on with your parents, right? So sometimes there's a lot of stuff, and let's face it, most parents are generally you're fairly young, yeah. So we're all sorting out our crap and let's face it, when you're young, there's so many financial constraints. I mean, there's so many constraints on us all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and even when that new baby's coming along, there's so much uncertainty about, oh, we got enough money to feed it, blah, blah, blah. All how are we going to cope? Yeah. It's a beautiful thing coming along and you're looking forward to it, but there's a lot of stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
But under certain situations, we can rinse and repeat a lot of what has gone on with our parents. Yeah. So if you think of all the different cycles that have gone on with predecessors, this rinse and repeat cycle, it's in all your energetics. It's in
Mm.
all your mind, memory, matter, and we're all made of matter. Physical matter, spirit matter, energetic matter. Um, also, there's lots of different types of matter of I don't need to get into now, but there's lots and lots of different types of matter that I don't need to explain now because it gets too complex.
Yeah.
But we're all made of matter. So within all those different versions, there's different repeat cycles. Yeah.
Hmm.
So once we learn that something isn't working properly, again, that's where we get a little bit, we just detune.
Mm.
Yeah. We follow habits of our parents and all our predecessors one by one. So if you think of all the things that have, it's amazing. We do a course called, it's intergenerational, but we also fit in something called connective trauma. And connective trauma is if you imagine all the stuff that's happened more to your predecessors, like all the things that have gone on in wars, yeah.
Mm.
Because imagine if you're in somewhere that was just like the Blitz, you're just getting bombed night after night after night. I mean, you're just waiting. I mean, I know I heard of so many people, their parents, with every few nights, so you'd almost be thrown from one side of the room to another, and that
Yeah.
and that's a lot of trauma.
Oh, yeah.
All the traumas of are your brothers and sisters going to come home from the war? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many different types of all those different things. All those things basically they sit in our matter body and they can detune us to certain things. Yeah.
Yes.
Because our senses detune but we've got all these other different things on reactive responsive bodies. And it's like as we go through, it's not just as we have all these primary core senses, and some of those primary core senses um, they get detuned and they don't even turn on when we're a baby. Yeah.
Mm.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Or some of them detune very quickly because we follow the pattern of our parents straight away.
Mm.
Yeah. And when they follow our parents straight away, or sometimes they don't even follow our parents. In some cases, they'll follow an ancestor. Um, it's more to the way your soul and heart works. Yeah, more
Mm.
than your soul. So the information that goes between your soul and heart, that's sort of um, says which pattern you're going to follow. So one, you may follow more the pattern of your father. Sometimes it's the pattern of your mother, or both. It's a bit of both sometimes, but
And their lineages.
and their lineages, yeah, which means it's like a pattern of shutdown. Yeah, it's basically a pattern of shutdown.
Mm.
So once we start to reconnect all those different, release all the trauma that have gone on in pre lives of others, then all of a sudden you see people slowly turn on, don't you? And
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty nice to watch to see him come slow. And there's a lot of, like because let's face, and I had a stack of like people who are Jewish, had been through concentration camps and God knows ever else. But then there's sort of like a guilt that people have that you're even here when they've gone through so much, and then you've got to it's like you're missing out on all this joy of life, yeah,
Yes.
because of all these different things that have gone on in previously people's souls and hearts. You think it's a mental thing, but it's not. It's an energetic thing. It's got nothing. It's got absolutely nothing to do with well, it sort of turns out psychologically, but you can try and think differently or act differently, but it doesn't matter. You're going to go back to that same thing. You're always going to go back, aren't you?
So
I mean,
addressing the energetics is so key
it is, isn't it? I mean, you've seen it time and time again. I mean, you've experienced it, so
for myself and witnessed it in others over
yeah.
and over.
I mean, we see it day after day after day after day in people where there's a certain psychological version where it sits in people, and then all of a sudden you shift the energetics, or we go through and we shift actually the spirit body a little bit more, so it all frees up. So we use neutral energy all the way through, and you keep going back. It's because when you learn to make sure that your energy moves, you can open up conscious that is sitting in a way deep unconsciousness. So when it's unconscious, it's still there. It just doesn't have any energy to move. So as soon as we teach people how to move energy that's unconscious, all of a sudden you see these people all of a sudden, oh, I'm coming out, I'm coming out, I'm coming out. And you can see it. It's like, okay, you can smile now. And you see them come out. And it's like they go from, and like sometimes we see people like they wouldn't smile no matter what. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're coming back and they're finding the joy of life again.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not, there's some psychological trauma that, you've got to do totally different stuff. You've got to go so deep, find all that different intuition and instinct, use it, bring it out, and then we go deeper into the soul and the heart, where the actual trauma, there's a block where what happens is that there's a block that happens, and it happens a lot in a lot of different areas where the energy between the soul and heart can't talk. So where the energy in the heart and can't talk, heart and soul can't talk, that's basically where everyone has some incoherent version that is going on. You know how it's like, oh, I'm not going to be like my mum. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do that. And what happens? You're just the damn same. Yeah. And then next thing you know, if once you change that, you notice patterns like you're really impatient or you're addicted to something, or we all have addictive personalities in some way. It's like, but you don't fall into that. You sort of all of a sudden you sort of free it. Well, I don't give a shit about that anymore. And you just all of a sudden you move on.
Yeah. Well, when you get connected to yourself and your own energy, and even it's almost like when it starts to feel good to be you and to be filled with ourselves or filled with
Yeah,
our own good
but
energy.
what it all
I'm
boils
not grabbing and reaching for other
down
stuff. And
to, it's like a part of you that was completely shut off, and then all of a sudden you get information about it, which says, "Oh yeah, I can do that. That'll be fun. I'm
yeah,
really looking forward to it." You know,
yeah, yeah,
and it's like um, it's like turning your mojo back on in a ways, because all of a sudden people sort of notice they're a bit happy. But it's funny, it's one of those things, because it's not a tangible thing, you know. It's not there in it's not a physical thing, you know.
yeah,
It's a different composure of self, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
everybody else all of a sudden starts to notice, wow, what happened to you? What do you mean? Well, you're not a grouchy old arsehole today, or whatever, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
people notice when people start to turn on again. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of this work, it can be very liberating in terms of past generations and intergenerational and connective trauma that's
It can be,
impacted us.
because yeah, because past I I mean, it's something I started working on very personally for myself 35 years ago, because I knew that um my mother's father died a month before I was born. So naturally she had loads and loads of grief.
Oh, wow.
And she hadn't moved on, because and it's why she was so shut down in so many areas. And I thought, oh, hang on, I didn't even realize I'd forgotten all about it. Just that I went back and I studied what you already know about your lineage. You know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
quite handy if you know a little bit, because all of a sudden, um, you know, people go through lots and lots of crap. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
But all of a sudden, you know, it's there. So you there's a lot. Your energetics. I mean, um, I had a couple of doctors who I used to work with who I knew quite well, right? And they used to say, "Are you reading our mail?" I said, "No, it's just I'm not. I'm just listening to what your energetics are telling me that has gone on, and that's where you shut down. So there must be some way there." And they said, "Well, but we didn't tell you." I said, "You don't have to." I said, "Your energetics, it just it sits there, and we can
Yes.
tell straight away that that version is sitting there, so we need to get rid of it." Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then it's like you get rid of something that isn't you, which turns on something that is you on. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
'Cause as soon as
Yes.
you get rid of something, it allows a greater part of you to turn back on.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden you find, wow, you concentrate on different things, because when you've had a lot of intergenerational versions, we tend to be very specific about, we'll concentrate on this bit because that little bit of thing gives me a little bit of joy. That thing there gives me a little bit of joy. That gives me there. But it's like we're wearing blinkers, yeah? We're only we only allow ourselves to see A, B, C sort of,
Mm.
but not broaden. We don't broaden our spectrum, yeah?
Our horizons open up, don't
Yeah,
they?
totally, totally.
Yeah.
And then you sort of see a lot of different areas of life that, oh yeah, there's an opportunity, there's an opportunity, there's an opportunity. Oh, there's another opportunity, you know. It
Yeah.
just moves
Yeah.
on and on and on.
Mm.
And we just get on with living a different life, I reckon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
really do.
Yes.
Mm.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, David.
I think that, I mean,
That was beautiful. I think
you've
where we ended just with the horizons, that was like the
yeah,
what opens up. It's
yeah, that's enough.
beautiful.
That's enough.